Hello YouTube, it's Karin Episodes here again with another tutorial. This one is going to be on how to place characters and how to walk around. So let's go back here where we left off. I put in a background and I made a transitioning to fade in just to make it more smooth. So what do I do if I want to stand in the frame now? So I have to add the person. So add Karin. And then I want to stand. And then we have to choose where I need to stand, want to stand. So these are the choices we have. We have screen left, up screen left, screen center, up screen right, and screen right. So this stands, let's say, up screen left. And then she will stand there, but which way do we want her to face? So we want to say and all in capital letters, otherwise this won't work. Karin, and then faces, and we want her, because she's standing on the left side of the screen right now, we want to face right. And then I'm just going to say, hey, so we can see that. So let's preview this. And now she stands there. You can see she popped in after the screen background came. It's because it's in front or after this bit of code. So if I want her to stand there and then it fades in, I need to move this up here, and then I want to make this an ampersand because this means that these two things will happen at the same time. So if I let this be an at, then this will happen first and then this will happen afterwards, and it's going to look funny. So we're going to change this to an ampersand, and then we're going to preview it. And there she is. Let's say I don't want her to stand there, I want her to walk in. Then we're going to delete this bit of code. And we're going to do the and again because we want somebody to do something. And then it's Karin we want to do. Then we have to enters from and then choose the side. Let's say left. And we want her to go to and then one of these options. So let's just say we want her to go to up screen left. And let's preview it. Like this. So if I want another character in the screen too, I made a male character the other night, so we're going to add and then his name, then enters from, and then we're going to say right to up screen. Let's say right this time. And let's take a look at this. this, and he comes there. You can see that he's a lot smaller than the female characters. I don't know why Epiosde chose to make them this much smaller than the female characters. But they are. So we need to correct this because I want him to be taller than me. Oops. What are we going to do then? We're going to use the spot direct. So we're going to press this button, show helpers, and spot directing. Then this will pop up and frame the person you are directing. And you can see the name down here. This is often helpful if you have a lot of people in the frame, because sometimes it's a little difficult to see which one it is it's framing. So you can either move them around up and down, or you can scale, press this button and scale him up. So I don't want him to be that much bigger. I often like that the male characters in my stories are a lot taller, but this one is going to be like this. So then we have to do a little coding. We have to copy this code down here because that's where we placed him right now. And we're going to delete this and put it in here. And the layer, we don't want that. So I'm just going to delete this. So you can see Henrik, spot. Then the first thing here, this is the height of the person. This is where they are on the screen. And this is where they stand. If they are very small, you can see this goes down a lot. And if you want them a lot up on the screen, you can say it's a very high. So I put it at 0 because that's the starting position. So yes, let's preview this. And if you move them around here, but you don't put the coding in here, it's not going to be saved. So you have to remember, if you move him, to copy the code and put it in here. If you get very good at this, you can just write the code instead of the spot directing, but I like using the spot direct so that I'm sure. And now you can see he popped up. And why did he do that? Because we spot directed him to. So we want him to walk to that position. So we press Henrik walks to this spot in this zone. Now let's see how that looks. The thing is, he starts out small and then he walks taller, and you don't know if he will walk from the left or from the right. So what do we do then? Well, we have to spot direct him again, and then we have to move him out of the screen, copy this code and put it before the fade in, but after the background. So here. And then he's going to stand off screen, and when it is his turn, he's going to walk to that position. So, and if you have a lot of characters, you're going to have a lot of these things happening before the actual fade in part, and that can look a little weird. So if I want him standing at this spot in this layer to happen at the same time as the fade in, we have to use an ampersand. So I'm going to change these to this. And why don't we have him and me walk in at the same time? So if I change this to an ampersand, I'm going to walk in and he is going to walk in at the same time. So let's preview this and see how it looks. And you can see it like this. So now what if I want them to walk towards the water? Well, we're going to spot direct again. Then we're going to scale down and move them to where we want them to walk. So let's just say around here. And we copy this code and we put it in here. And we're saying Karin and then walks to this spot. And we're going to press Henry and we're going to scale him down as well. And move him up here. Like this. And we put in there and we this and say walks to spot. And I'm just going to put this in so she's going to say hey. So let's preview how that looks. I believe they are going to walk very fast this time, but let's see. You can see they're extremely fast. So what do I want to do if I want them to walk slower? Well, first I want them to walk at the same time, so I'm going to change this at to an ampersand, and I'm going to, after the code, write in, and then the number of seconds I want them to take walking to that spot. So in 2, and we're also going to do that on him, 2. And then we are going to see that they are walking slower. Like that. So let's say I want her to run off because she doesn't want to talk to him anymore. Well, I just move her to where I want her to run to, like this. Copy the code, put it in here, and then walks to, and let's just, for the fun of it, say that right now this is a vampire story and I want her to walk or run really fast. So I'm going to say in, then 0.3, because she's going to walk really fast then. And then we can just let Henrik say, where are you going? So let's see how it looks then. And they're gonna walk there, and she's gonna walk very fast off. And let's just take the line before that. Let's say I want them to walk slowly off together. So we just change this to N2, and we do the spot directing again on him, put him off screen, and then we're going to let him walk to this as well. walks 2, and then we're going to let them walk together. So we have to make this at an ampersand. And yeah, let's preview this. Like that. You can see he walked faster than her. Why did he do that? Because we didn't write anything here. So N2. Like that. I think that was it for this tutorial. I hope it helped you. If you have any questions about the moving or spot directing, you can always write in the comments or write to me on Instagram. Oh, I forgot something. When you spot directing, if I do this, you can see that he is behind her. If you want him to move forward, you can move the layer here. You can move him forward or backwards, depending on which person you want to have first. So, yes. So that was it for me today. Hope you liked it. Bye!